So it does also work by putting your finger over it, and boom shakalaka. Hi guys, this is Max from HiOnAndroid.com. Since I couldn't make it to MWC this year, LG invited me out to a preview in San Francisco here of the LG G8. Let's go and take a look. So LG did not have review units, so I didn't actually get to try it more than a few hours. And I'm just gonna really talk about the new features and my thoughts on it so far. Let's go ahead and start with the most exciting stuff, which is the hand unlock, all right? Air unlock. Basically, you can unlock the phone with your hand without actually touching the phone, which is really cool. Hi guys, so we're gonna go ahead and set up the hand ID. To set it up, go ahead and start. And position my palm 6 to 8 inches away inside the circle. 6 to 8 inches inside the circle. I'm going to slowly lower. And boom shakalaka. So you can go ahead and cover the sensor to wake the phone. Also, you can turn on advanced hand recognition to see what you're doing. So let me go ahead and turn it off. And I'm going to try this. I'm going to go ahead and put my finger over it. And boom shakalaka. So it does also work by putting your finger over it, and boom shakalaka. Try that again. 1, 2, boom shakalaka. So it does take a little bit. Now the way this works is that LG has added a new Z camera. There's an IR laser sensor that shoots a laser, and also it receives it back. So there's actually two sensors, one sends and one receives. Now this will also allow you to do 3D facial unlock, which is great. It can also help you when you take portrait shots with the front camera. Now the coolest thing, of course, is that you can unlock the phone with your hand. The way this works is that it actually reads your vein pattern underneath your skin. So by using IR laser, LG is able to read vein patterns under your skin, which I thought was really cool. And upon trying, this technology does work. Now, I don't know how secure this is in comparison to something like iris scanning or fingerprint, but I imagine it's very secure since everyone has different vein patterns. So that's really cool. Now, the models we're looking at were actually prototypes, and it didn't always work. There's a few times I couldn't get it working correctly, but hopefully by the time the final version comes out, it works flawless. Now, it does take a little bit longer to unlock your phone. The good thing is that this is going to come in really handy in situations, for example, you're driving. You don't have to worry about where the fingerprint sensor position is. Like on the Galaxy, you would still have to look at the phone and try to touch the fingerprint in the right location. You know, face unlock, the problem is when you drive, your phone is not really facing directly to you. So you do still have to grab your phone and, you know, look at it, which is not really usable when driving. This, I think, is the best way. You just put your hand a couple inches away from the phone, actually from the Z camera, and it will unlock the phone. I think LG may have stumbled upon some real good technology here. In fact, I think it's even better than Samsung Galaxy S10's new in-screen fingerprint reader, which I've been reading on social media that a lot of people are actually having problems unlocking it fast. So it seems like Samsung went backwards, because I've not been a fan of in-display fingerprint sensors because I've had the OnePlus 6T. I mean, it's great to have, but I still would rather have it in the back. So in that regards, in terms of practicality, I think LG G8 definitely kills it this year by keeping the rear fingerprint sensor and bringing you air unlock, basically, and that's secure. So this is going to be really interesting. Now, it doesn't stop there. LG even implemented air gestures like Samsung did a few years back. Instead of just basic motions, you can actually really get in there and launch apps, or you can control the volume real easily. For example, let's say you're cooking pizza. Maybe you have a bunch of dough on your hands, and then you can just go in there and, you know, bring the volume down without ever touching your phone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to control this. So I can go ahead and control the volume with my hand. Oh, I think this is really cool. Also play, and also you can pause. Wow, that's really cool. So I think what LG might have stumbled upon could be future of smartphones. I would look at hand control, air gestures, way more advanced than in-display fingerprint sensor. I just think in-display fingerprint sensors are gimmicky. So really cool that this can do it. Now, the LG G8 will also have Crystal Sound OLED, which is basically the speaker built into the OLED display. LG did show off some of this at CES 2019 earlier. Now they've implemented into the LG G8. And they've also kept the boombox speakers from last year. Upon trying, I didn't really notice a huge difference. I'll have to do further testing to give you my full thoughts. Like I said, I didn't really have enough time to try everything the way I wanted to. Hello? 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 So I can really feel the bone conduction working. So if you put to the ear and put a little pressure, it gets a lot louder. I can really feel the speakers. Now, another big feature with LG G8, they've implemented a night shot feature, sort of like Google HDR camera night sight. So it takes 10 different photos and puts them together in super low light conditions. I did try this in a very, very dark bathroom, and it seemed to work quite well, maybe just as good as the Pixel 3. Hi guys, we're gonna go ahead and try the night shot. It is super dark in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try one with the regular camera and also with the wide angle. Actually real good. Yeah, not too bad. But you can see how dark it is in here, and look at how good it comes out. Wow. Not too bad at all. So yeah, I'm gonna have definitely a comparison video with the Pixel 3 and see how good this is. But it looks pretty promising. Again, I forgot to bring my Pixel 3 for comparison, so I'll have to give you the results, but it looks very promising. I really like that LG has added their own implementation. That way you don't have to go and download the latest Google Camera APK to get it working, because sometimes it doesn't work on newer phones, or sometimes you have to wait. So I really like that LG paid attention to, and I forget if the Galaxy S10 has it, but the LG G8 does have it. Okay, lastly but not least, one thing I was really impressed was video depth of field. So video portrait mode. This is something I've been waiting a lot because I make a lot of videos, obviously. So now basically you can create more blur in your background, which is awesome. And again, I didn't really have enough time to test this out, but once LG sends me a review unit, I'll have a full review for you guys. Other than that, I did also run some Antutu benchmark. While this is running, let me just go over some of the specs. So LG G8 Thin Q, it's gonna be a 6.1 inch OLED QHD, that's 3120 by 1440 pixels, 561 ppi, and HDR10 display. You've got Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, clocked at 2.84 gigahertz. This is nice. It measures 5.98 inches by 2.83 inches by 0.33 inches, weighs 167 grams or 5.96 ounces. It's got a front 8 megapixel f1.7, 1.22 micron sensor camera along with Z camera. So this year you're gonna lose wide angle on the front camera, which is probably due to the fact that they added Z camera. Also rear, you got 12 megapixel f1.5 with 1.4 micron size camera. Also for the wide angle, you got 16 megapixel f1.91 micron sensor. All right, for memory, you got 6 gigs of DDR4 RAM. Storage, you got 128 gigabyte storage and up to 2 terabytes of micro SD card. Now, unless you absolutely need internal storage speeds, because the advantage of buying a phone like Galaxy S10 with 1 terabyte is that it's gonna run much faster because it's running on UFS. With micro SD cards, you're gonna always be throttled. You're gonna be limited to the speed of how fast your phone can talk to the micro SD. So if you transfer a ton of data on your phone, maybe perhaps within your phone, or maybe to and from your computer, having large internal storage could help. But I tend to not do that, so I actually prefer to pay less for internal storage and just pop on a micro SD card. Also, the battery is 3500 milliamp hour. Of course, audio carried it over from last year, everything from last year, hi-fi quad DAC, DTS X 3D boombox. Of course, the new feature is crystal sound OLED stereo. Obviously, security, you're gonna be able to use your hand, 3D facial recognition, and fingerprint. Interestingly, LG G8 has a Gorilla Glass 5 on front, but Gorilla Glass 6 on the back. I'm actually not sure why they did that. Of course, you got IP68 rating, quick charge 3.0, fast wireless charging, 4K video up to 60 frames per second. All right, let's go ahead and look at the results of the Antutu. So we got a score of 357,000, wow. CPU of 118,000, GPU 156,000, UX 72,000, and 9866 for memory, 33 degrees Celsius. That's Qualcomm 855 on the LG G8. So overall, I'm really impressed with the LG G8. Again, I'll have a full review. This video is really just sort of a preview of what's coming. But I really think LG killed it. They're being more innovative than other companies by coming out with hand unlock. Because in-display fingerprint has been around for a while now. I'm not really impressed with it so much, and I don't actually like it that much. I actually prefer the rear fingerprint sensor. Anyway, what do you guys think of the LG G8? What do you guys think of the in-display fingerprint sensor? What do you guys think of the hand vein unlock on the LG G8? Let me know your thoughts below. I also have a video on LG V50 coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, and as always, stay on Android.
Click here to subscribe.